104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. And now to get the scoop on the New York Giants, the man who covers them, just basically, I think you probably see the Giants more than your own family, right, Jordan? Jordan Raanan from ESPN.
Yeah, when they let us in, that's the deal. But if they let us in more, we would be there. But they don't let you in all the time. So, but my job is to follow them, and that now includes off the field too, apparently, because that's Odell Beckham has flat out become celebrity paparazzi status here.
Well, could that be the problem? Are the Giants not letting him in because he's basically pressed now?
Nah. People find him. They found him at a bowling alley, apparently, with Iggy Azalea lately.
So hang on a second. You have to now go out and to hang out at bowling with Iggy Azalea, Johnny Manziel, and Kick-Ass. So you can if you want, dude.
That was in the New York tabloids.
Okay.
So I was just making a joke about it. I don't know if you saw that. That was in the tabloids today. That Odell was hanging at a bowling alley recently with Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, he's living a hard life. Jordan Raanan with us, ESPN. Jordan, so Odell Beckham Jr., we kind of knew he wasn't going to be there Tuesday, Wednesday. He said he'd be there Thursday. Is this troubling that he's not there that the day that he basically let everybody think he would be?
Well, he didn't exactly. He told people close to him that his plan was to come today. He didn't say anything publicly. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the reasoning why he decided to change his mind, why he decided not to be here. But Ben McAdoo basically was asked about it today, and he said, and it's not just Odell that's not there, by the way. Olivier Vernon also is not there. This is a guy who, by the way, signed a 5-year, $85 million contract with $52.5 million guaranteed last year. So, if you're going to go nuts about Odell, you should have equal outrage about Olivier Vernon. Now, me personally, it's a voluntary thing. It's not anything to get too crazy about. I mean, Jeff Saturday was on NFL Live the other day, and, the former center of the Colts, and what he said was he played with multiple wide receivers while with the Colts who are probably going to be in the Hall of Fame, and you can guess who that is, Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne.
Right.
And he basically said that they weren't there a lot of the time in the offseason. Reggie Wayne hung out down in Miami, and Marvin Harrison, if I remember correctly, he went to Philadelphia back home and basically was incommunicado with most people for an entire offseason. So until the mandatory times came around. So, it shouldn't be taken too seriously. It's not the end of the world. Would you have liked Odell to be there? Well, if he cares about all the people criticizing him, yes, he should be there then, if that's his priority. If he doesn't care about that, then no, he can do whatever he wants. On the other side is, you would like, if he's a leader of this team, a real leader and going to be a leader moving forward, for him to show up and show the guys, look, he's committed 100% and he's 100% in, and not only 100% in, but on my own schedule, on my own time.
If this isn't that big of a deal, then maybe the other side of it is that Odell Beckham Jr. gets $5 million now from Nike, but only $1.5 million from the New York Giants. Is OBJ going to be maybe holding out at some point for more money from the Giants in the future?
He certainly wants more money from the Giants, but I don't think he's in any kind of situation where he can really demand it. He's not in the driver's seat right now. Kind of the Giants are, in my opinion. They have several years left. He's got to at least play this one more year through, because they have this year. They have a 50-year option next year. And really, if they wanted to, they have a franchise tag for another 2 years. So, if they really want to, they have Odell Beckham under contract for the next 4 years. Just be like, let's go.
Jordan,
so, I don't think that would be overplaying it, I think, this one.
Oh, we started losing you there for a second, Jordan.
I'm in the the Meadowlands, the swamplands here in North Jersey.
Yeah, we got you back.
Yeah, all right. So you're back. So, all right. My question when it comes to Olivier Vernon is, Jordan, last year when we were at the camp, I saw Jason Pierre-Paul work harder to keep up with Olivier Vernon. Is there any kind of fear of ripples like that with him not being at OTAs?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything people are worried about much. I mean, he's a guy he takes care of himself really well. He's just doing his own thing. He's on his own personal time. He likes to be in Miami. He likes to be in Florida. So, again, I don't think most people, for linemen in particular, I mean, the practices in general are not exactly, overly telling when you're playing essentially non-contact football in shorts.
About an hour ago, we got the news that Victor Cruz had signed a deal with the Chicago Bears. Can Cruz still be a productive wide receiver in the NFL?
I think he could be a contributor. I don't think he's a 1,000-yard receiver. Maybe he thinks he is, but I have a hard time believing that at this point of his career. The Bears seems like a good spot for him. They're pretty wide receiver needy. But you know what? I think Victor Cruz can contribute. You saw last year at times he made plays. He doesn't get a ton of separation, but he was still able to make some plays contested when the guys draped over him. I think that's kind of what he can provide you. He could be a good complementary receiver, third, fourth kind of guy. Sprinkle in here or there. I don't think he's a guy you could feature any more of any way, shape, or form. But I do think he'll also be a little bit better this year. I know he's older. It's not like he's 34, 35 yet. But he is on his second year back from two serious injuries. So I think he should actually improve a little bit physically in his second year back. So I do. I know a lot of people, there's a good chunk of people who don't think he could really play in the league anymore. I actually do think he could still contribute.
Jordan Raanan with us. He covers the Giants in depth for ESPN. Any quick thoughts on the first-round pick, Evan Engram, the tight end? Did you see anything from in OTAs?
I mean, he's an athletic guy. He's going to look good in these kind of settings. He knows what he's doing. He can go up and catch the ball. He can run. So you really like what you see from him in these kind of settings. And, the Giants, a couple players have already said, his physical skills are very impressive. He moves around the field. You saw him at a bunch of different spots today during practice. So I think, you do like what you see from the early go. And I think with him, it's going to be a more of, let's see how he holds up when they really start banging, really start hitting, how his body holds up, how he's going to be able to hold up mentally and physically over the long haul of an NFL season. That's where I think when we're talking about Evan Engram, we're going to be worried about, okay, how good is this guy going to actually be? But physically, yeah, you could just see it. If he pops off the tape, when you're looking on the field, you can tell the way this guy is moving is impressive.
Good news for Giants fans. Jordan, man, we appreciate you, and have some fun with the family before you got to go back to your other family in blue.
You got it, man. I definitely will. We'll be off to Disney.
Oh, nice.
My nephew's down there. If you see a geeky tall guy, just be like, hey, you must be Levack's nephew.
All right. Yeah, I just think there's going to be a couple people down there this weekend. It is a holiday weekend, so probably won't just be me and him.
There's a chance, but just in case.
Maybe.
Jordan, man, safe travels, brother.
See you, Jordan.
You got it. You guys have a good weekend, all right?
You too,
Take
man.
care.
Thanks so much, Jordan Raanan of ESPN, the mothership right there. So my takeaways, almost like he supports OBJ's thing. Like, if there isn't news, we'll make it. Like, it's not a big deal. He's not there. It's not a big deal. Olivier Vernon's not there. It's not as big a deal as we make it out to be. I guess it's the old man get off my lawn in me that says, you should be there because your team is there. And maybe that's not the way it is anymore.
No, I think it's more so the fact that Odell Beckham Jr. has built a reputation since he stepped to the NFL that he gets away with a lot of stuff. You and I were there at Giants camp last year, and we had been told this before, but we didn't want to judge yet, that there may be ways that the New York Giant franchises handles Odell Beckham Jr.'s media requests, how he talks to certain reporters. differently than other players are handled. We saw it firsthand how it happened. So that was confirmed to us that is indeed the case. Then we see Odell Beckham Jr. doing the lacrosse, or I always think of lacrosse kicking net proposal and all the other things going on there, and they kind of aren't happy with it, but it's Odell Beckham Jr. Olivier Vernon has earned the reputation that if he doesn't want to be there, he'll be fine without him. Odell Beckham Jr. has earned the reputation that he likes to be a distraction when he can be. That's why you're being critical of this, because he knows he can avoid the criticism. Guess what happens if he's there? It's not a story.
Right.
If he's not there, it's Odell Beckham Jr. It is a story. He tweeted out they'll try to find a story. He should understand that he is the story when he's doing things like this.
I did like what he just said about Evan Engram. He pops off the page. They line him up in multiple positions. I mean, a lot of people believe that when Brandon Marshall hangs it up, Evan Engram won't be a tight end anymore. He'll be their big wide receiver. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things coming out of Giants camp too. So, all in all, good things. And Jordan heading into Disney. I would be jealous, but Memorial Day weekend, something tells me Jordan will have long lines.
Oh, that's going to be packed, man. I'm trying to think of the most busy time for Disney. You think it's like Memorial Day, maybe the July 4th, because the February break here, it's only like a Northeast thing.
Yeah, it's weird because I've gone in the past with my family, and it's been one of those things where we schedule it to be outside of like the spring break here, which is the spring break in like 6 other states. So there's still a ton of people.
The April one.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I've been in April. I've been in fall. I've been twice. So I don't know, man.
I used to always do the February one, man. It was packed. But it was fun, though. I still had a good time doing it. There's like one weekend you have to avoid, and the other weekend you'll be fine.